Shit.
Is it Korean thing? 오! 뭐가 감동이라뇨?
He can't help himself. Yes.
The hardest part of the journey is very misty. It must be so cold when they shoot it.
같이 걸을래요? 네.
정다은님, 오늘 아침 산책은 어떠셨어요?
혼자 걷고 싶었는데 다른 환자분한테 방해받은 느낌이었어요.
싫다는 말은 안 하셨어요?
그러다가 그 사람이 기분 나빠하면 어떡해요?
다은님 본인은요? 본인 스스로를 행복하게 만들어주신 적은 있으세요?
She's so cute. Oh my god.
내가 슬픈 것보다 엄마를 슬프지 않게 하는 게 더 중요했다.
야,
늘 나보다 친구가 먼저였다. 팝콘도 사놨어.
아싸 카라멜 팝콘.
친구가 좋아하는 것들은 그렇게 잘 알면서 정작 내가 좋아하는 건 뭔지 알려고도 하지 않았다.
한번 이기적으로 살아보면 어떨까요? 남들이 기분 나쁠지 어떨지 생각하지 말고
Hard to do in Korea, eh?
내가 이 자리 쓰면 안 돼요? 저도 이 자리가 좋아서요.
지금 기분 어떠세요?
좋아요.
그럼 이번에 우리 칭찬 일기를 한번 써볼까요? 자기 자신을 칭찬해주는 거예요. 아주 사소한 거라도 좋아요.
남에게 다른 생각을 말할 수 있게 된 나를 실내화를 가지런히 놓은 것, 환자복에 음식이 튀지 않은 것도 칭찬했다. 아침이 오는 게 점점 즐거워지기 시작했다.
괜찮아.
Do you remember her last name?
머리 감으셔야 할 것 같은데.
아, 잘한다.
Oh, she still sounds like it, right?
That's tragic.
Because that hat is something, right?
소개시로 앉아 내 동생이야. 애초에 내가 애시 때문에 간호사 된 거야. 나도 처음에는 좀 예민한 애인가 보다 그랬는데 간호대 가고 알았어. 조현병이었다는 거. 그래서 정신건강학과 선택한 거고. 좀 더 빨리 알았으면 병원에 빨리 데려갈 수 있었을 텐데.
대부분 가족들이 그렇잖아요. 인정하기도 쉽지 않고요.
그동안 약 빼먹는 줄도 모르고 그동안 이사다 보다 정신이 없었거든.
쌤 이사하세요. 왜 그래?
야, 용량이 또 잘못 올라왔어요?
약국에 전화해봤니?
맨날 똑같은 소리죠. 어째요? 환자분들 약 들으려면 빨리 써야죠.
쓰지 마.
네?
하던 일 마저 해.
선생님!
She's gonna fight.
일단 약부터 새로 올려야 하는 거 아닐까요? 급해 보이던데.
냅둬. 급하면 지들이 오겠지.
I love the hair blowing in the wind.
He's feeling the air.
I love the Jurassic Park reference.
Oh yeah. Still roaring.
금방 올려드리려 그랬는데.
언제요?
병원에도 이 규칙과 체계라는 게 있는 거지 않습니까?
너만 바빠? 나도 바빠. 이렇게 애들 싸움처럼 느껴지죠? 이런 싸움할 시간에 환자들 먼저 생각해야 되는 거 아닌가요?
그치?
환자 약 복용할 타임 놓치면 그때 누가 책임질 건데요? 그죠? 웃으면서 일해요 우리.
That is not too dramatic.
저도
I've seen similar case like that. Is it Korean thing? I guess that happens in every word, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
미안하다고 사과를 하네요? 아니, 우리 스쌤이지만 가끔 진짜 무섭다니까요? 괜히 간호사들 엄마라는 소리를 듣겠니? 야, 엄마는 원래 자식이라면 물불 안 가리는 거다? 맞아.
Oh.
Is she still around?
Yeah, she doesn't have a place to go.
I thought Dada would have kicked her out by now.
집 치수제로 간다고 양해 말씀 부탁드렸었는데.
집 안 내려올 거니까 가요 가.
어머.
아, 네, 죄송해요. 필요한 치수는 제가 재서 보내드릴게요.
집 내놨냐니까.
픽업해야 될 거 아니야.
대학병원 간호사 하면서 모아둔 돈도 없니?
그동안 엄마 도박판에 들어갔잖아.
새로 구하는 데는 뜨거운 물 나오나 그거부터 봐. 잠은 푹 주무셨어요?
Oh,
네,
her eyes
어제보단
different.
칭찬일기장을
Like
써보니까
much
좀
brighter.
어떠셨어요?
묘했어요.
표정이 많이 편안해지셨어요.
근데요, 선생님. 완전히 나아진 건 아니겠죠? 원래 정신병이라는 게 드라마틱하게 회복되지가 않잖아요.
잘 알고 계시네요. 하지만 아침에 일어나고 삼시세끼 잘 챙겨 먹고 밤에 잘 자고 이런 평범한 일상을 영위할 수 있게 된 것만으로도 회복이라고 봅니다.
Did you notice the color scheme
Yeah,
in this? Like
it looks
everything's sort of like a pale green.
Emerald.
Like even the doctor. Look at
오,
that.
그러네.
Like literally, like everything's painted the same color. Even the doctor's like turtleneck and jacket, everything. Interesting, right?
Because green is softer color,
평범한
right?
일상을 영위할 수
guess.
있게 된 것만으로
Oh, the doctor.
Mom? Or the chicken delivery boy?
여보세요? 여보세요?
선생님, 저
다은쌤. 태어나면 바로 출근할 거지? 다른 선생님들도 다 기다리고.
다른 선생님들한테 말씀 안 드려도 될까요? 저 입원했던 거요.
내가 아는데 뭐. 다른 걱정은 말고 지금은 건강에만 신경 써.
She didn't share it, which is good. I mean, for her, she doesn't want to.
But also,
wanted
it's
to
like
share
a
it, but
privacy rights anyhow.
it's true. But it looks like she's still mulling.
Well,
Seems like she still doesn't want to go.
I feel like part of what brought on her depression was working at that hospital where
She had that memory.
where like she was under a lot of stress. She was being attacked by some people, had to deal with people screaming, plus she's under all the time to, gotta do all these rounds, give all these medicines, do everything in
So it's
kind.
been piled up. I thought majority of it was because of that death of her patient, but yeah, I guess it's all piled up. So maybe that job is not really good for her.
Yeah, that's what I thought when she called the nurse. Like, I thought she was gonna say, like, I'm not coming back. I want to be a nurse, but I can't be a nurse in this environment.
Psychological.
That's what I thought. And I think I would guess she's mulling whether or not she wants to go back to the job. Anyways, we'll see. Who is this?
바로 출근하래? 간호복 빨아놔야겠네. 엄마가 떡 할까?
아우, 싫어. 아니다, 엄마. 해줘.
그래, 쏙해서 말려놓은 거 있어.
태원 관련해서 설명드릴 게 있거든요.
둘이 얘기하고 있어?
태원 기념으로 뭐 해줄까?
명품백?
너 돌았냐?
야, 진짜겠냐? 나 치킨 먹고 싶어.
야, 알았어. 네가 좋아하는 후라이드로 100마리 튀겨줄게.
프라이드는 네가 좋아하는 거고 난 양념치킨 좋아해.
언제부터?
태어났을 때부터 쭉.
아,
고마워. 나 없는 동안 우리 엄마 챙겨줘서.
너 출근한다니까 어머니가 엄청 좋아하시더라. 우리 엄마 취직 다시 하기를 바라는 눈치더라고.
너는 어떤데?
Scared.
무서워서 공항 올까 봐.
내가 있잖아. 잘 이겨낼 거야. 오늘 요법이 마지막이겠네요? 제가 그동안 좀 안 좋았었어요.
전 계속 안 좋아서 병원만 옮겨 다녔어요.
얼굴이 좀 부으신 것 같아요.
심장이 안 좋대요.
치료는 받으셨어요?
큰 병원 가라져서 곧 전원 가요, 명신대로.
She's afraid that he tells people that I've seen 정다은. 아이고.
김선생님, 오랜만입니다. 그간 어느 병원에 계셨어요?
하얀 병원이요. 저
아이고.
거기서 정다은 간호사님 뵀어요. 입원해 계시던데.
보호병동이라뇨?
Why would he volunteer?
그동안
that
쉰다고 해놓고 그럼
information?
정신병원에 입원해 있었다는 거잖아요.
And why didn't Daeun ask
아니
him
어떤
to
사람을
be
그렇게
quiet?
감쪽같이 속인대요? 계속 간호사를 해도 되는 건가? 당연히 안 되지. 아픈 사람이 어떻게 환자를 맡아?
No. That's what she's
이거는 내가
imagining.
정신 항의해서 간호사
오케이.
못하게 하든지 해야지.
꿈을 꿨나 봐요. 이렇게까지 배웅 안 해주셔도 되는데. 제가 하고 싶어서 그래요. 약 잘 챙겨 드시고요. 우리 다시는 보지 마요. 네.
이제 다 괜찮아질 거야.
I guess that's also adding the pressure, right? Telling the patient that let's not see each other again. There could be also a part where you can add the pressure. Like maybe it would be better to just say it's okay to come again.
Yeah.
Like try to relax maybe.
Yeah.
But I understand both sides. But
Yeah.
Oh, 다운아.
정란아 잘 지내?
Is he calling her? Oh.
야 정다은 걱정했잖아.
저기 정란아 혹시 김성식님 명신대로 다시 오셨어?
처음 듣는데 어떻게 알았어? 아무튼 빨랑 출근해. 보고 싶으니까.
다은 쌤이에요?
곧 다시 출근했는데 잘됐다. 조금만 더 고생하면 되겠다.
양념통닭 먹고 싶다며. 너 태어난 거 동고형도 알아?
아직은 그 사람 보기 싫어.
형은 너 보고 싶어 할 텐데.
야.
He can't help himself. Ah!
태어났어. 좋아할 줄 알았는데 반응이 왜 그래?
Now everything's blue.
아니야, 잘 됐다.
I forgot that he did that. Like he saw her and then pretended like he didn't see her.
Because he knows that she's not gonna like it.
I know, but it's still.
Oh, good place. Oh.
What's happening?
뭐야? I
the
thought it
nurse
was
said
the
she
house
was-
that.
덕분에
김래선.
감사해요. 승강기 사용료도 안 받으셨는데요.
다들 인심이 좋으시거든요. 오신 김에 입주자 카드 하나 작성해주세요. 강아지나 고양이를 키우신다거나 주의할 만한 거 적어주시면 돼요.
실은 동생이 좀 아파서요. 조현병이에요.
이런 거는 제 소감 바뀐 것 같아요.
그럼 부녀회장님한테 제가 말씀드릴게요.
저 혼자 결정할 수 있는 문제는 아니어서요. 입주민 회의 한 후에 이사 결정하시죠.
집도 이미 계약했고 이사도 마쳤는데 사실 법적으로도 문제가 없는 걸로 알고 있고요.
사람 사는 게 어디 법으로만 되나요? 특히나 이 동네엔 애 있는 집도 많고 여자 혼자 사는 집도 많거든요.
제 동생이 범죄자는 아니거든요.
아우, 그런 뜻으로 한 말은 아니고요.
제가 그럼 다른 분들한테 동의서 받아올까요?
소란스러운 일은 없겠죠?
뉴스에서처럼 막 위험한 일은
뉴스에 나오는 일은 극히 드문 일이에요.
사실 좀 무섭긴 해요. 다른 분들은 다 괜찮으시대요?
우리 애가 아직 어려서요.
Again, legally, they can't prevent her from living there.
아, 이사하는데 그 사람도 허락이 왜 필요해요? 이런 경우가 어딨어요?
우리는 잘 알지만 사람들은 그 병에 대해서 잘 모르잖아.
경찰에 얘기해보는 건요?
가뜩이나 눈치 보일 텐데 그렇게 하면은 더 보이겠지? 쓰레기 버리러 갈 때나 마트 갈 때나 집 밖에 나오는 게 어디 눈치 보여서 내 집에서 감옥처럼 살기 싫다.
와, 진짜 너무 슬프다. It is so sad.
No, I know. And in Korea, where majority of the places are apartments, it's got to be like incredibly isolating. It's really
Oh
sad.
man.
Yeah, I know. Really.
진짜 너무. 오.
And mental illness isn't something that's talked about much anyways. So, you know, I've seen how you react when there was like that one kind of strange person on the subway. And you could tell like everybody around there like didn't know what to do. I was like, we're moving. We're going to a different car. There was like another young woman and she joined us. So I can see how you don't want to live around that because things are so sort of unpredictable. So like I understand like both sides. I understand the residents, but I also understand you have to live somewhere. It's just really, really tough.
근데 다은이는 다시 출근한댔니?
내일부터 다시 나간다는데?
병원에서 그러라고 했대? 그렇잖아. 정신병원에 입원까지 한 애를. 아니? 일에 지장 있을 거 아니야. 같이 일하는 사람들도 싫어할 거고.
그런 말이 어딨어 엄마. 아, 나도 정신과약 먹잖아.
모른 걔랑 같니? 넌 약만 먹는 거고.
다니 앞에서 그런 소리 하기만 해. 나 배달 갔다 올게.
다은아, 김성식님 진짜 전원 오셨다?
정신병원에 입원까지 한 애를.
Oh man.
다은쌤 오늘부터 출근하기로 한 거 아니었어요?
하루 더 쉬라고 그랬어.
혹시 다은쌤 무슨 일 있어요?
아니?
나 딴 직장 알아볼까? 아니, 젊을 때 다른 일도 해보면.
Oh, do you think she's going?
네, 저 다은이 엄마인데요. 혹시 쑥개떡 좋아해요?
The doctor.
지금 가겠습니다, 어머니.
Moms can't help themselves.
I mean,
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요, 어머니.
I mean, I
출근했는데
understand
괜히
her.
방해가 된 건 아닌가 모르겠네요.
I don't know if it is coffee or what, but like, I'm so anxious.
아, 그럼 조심히 가세요. 다은아, 쓰레기 좀 버리고 올래?
Yes.
옷 입고 와, 외투. 밝고 하얀 걸로.
She's kind daughter. I'll be like,
So funny. So cute.
black and
그러게요.
white.
잘 지내셨죠? 우리 이제 그만 봤으면 좋겠어요. 저 선생님 보기 싫어요. 제가 망가진 모습 선생님이 본 거, 제가 정신병원에 있었다는 걸 선생님이 알고 있는 것도 창피해요.
Oh.
제 앞에 나타나지 말아주세요.
You know what? I guess I like this scene because she's telling how the real society, like real
Yeah.
life is like.
Yeah.
She's working in a hospital as a nurse, giving all the sweet words to the patient that it is just fine. You can be absolutely in a psychological hospital, but
Yeah, it's like
it's a paradox.
a mirror shining
Yeah.
on society.
Yeah. Oh. This is this show is really heavy, like really heavy show.
Yeah.
어떻게 그럽니까? 계속 봐야 할 사이인데.
얼굴 보는 것도 오늘이 마지막일 거예요.
Oh.
어차피 저 간호사 그만둘 거거든요. 정신과 치료받은 사람이 정신과 간호사를 어떻게 해요?
그럼 내가 항문 치료 받으면 더 이상 항문외과 의사가 아닌 거예요?
그런 말이 아니잖아요.
항문외과 환자랑 정신과 환자들의 공통점이 꼭 있어. 왜 병을 그렇게 부끄러워하고 숨기고 피하려고만 해요? 병은 그냥 병일 뿐이잖아. 적어도 다은쌤은 나 다룰 줄 알았는데 다은씨를 내가 왜 좋아하는지 알아요? 환자를 바라보는 눈 너무 반짝거리고 이뻐서. 지금 다은씨 하나도 반짝거리지 않아요.
그때랑 전 다르잖아요. 제가 조금만 우울한 모습 보여도 이 사람이 다시 우울증 생겼나 눈치 볼 거고, 이 사람이 약은 먹었나 안 먹었나 하루 종일 신경 쓰일 거예요. 그러니까 우리 그만해요.
You're mocking your patient.
내가 좋아하는 사람 왜 그렇게 나쁘게 얘기해요? 그럼 그 사람 좋아하는 나는요? 그런 이유라면 나 그냥 계속 다은쌤 좋아할래요. 다은쌤 마음 가는 대로 해. 나 내 마음 가는 대로 할 테니까.
You can't walk away.
이건 어머님이 주신 거니까 가져갈게요.
It's very cute.
다은아.
I don't understand. Where's she gonna live?
집이 왜 이래? 너 뭐하니?
짐 싸잖아. 근데 왜 내 짐을 싸?
Money.
Is she really gonna give her money?
You shouldn't have.
이게 뭐야? 이 집 전세금. 5천에서 빚 갚고 남은 거야. 그게 내 전 재산이니까 엄마 다 가져. 그래 그만 나가줘.
알았어. 엄마가 잘하면 되잖아. 다신 네 남친한테 안 찾아갈게.
안 들려?
이거 왜 이래?
돈 몇 푼 쥐어주고 이기집애가 환자 액팅아웃 할 때 얻어 터지고 입술 터지고 딱이 맞는 것도 부지기수야. 또 나타나면 그땐 경찰에 신고할 거야. 경찰이 안 되면 사람 써서라도.
틀렸어요.
선생님, 저 오늘 엄마 버렸어요. 빚도 다 갚았고 엄마도 버렸고 이제 뭘 해야 될지 모르겠어요.
지금 제일 하고 싶은 거 그거부터 해요.
14만 9천 원입니다.
제가 할게요.
What did you
제 돈으로
order?
하고 싶어요. 이렇게 한번 늘어놓고 먹고 싶었어요.
She's gonna have upset stomach later.
She ordered like $140 worth of food. Oh my god.
No, it's just $100 with the exchange rate right now.
Oh. I still don't understand. Is she moving in with him? Or
No,
what?
no.
Where's she living? Is she gonna rent? Does she own the house? Is that what?
준다.
I don't know.
짠. 나 다시 회사 가려고. 나 용기 내보려고. 평생 도망만 치면서 살 수 없잖아. 그러니까 너도 용기 내. 내가 있잖아.
Can you not have two boyfriends? 너무 슬퍼.
선생님, 저 이제 간호사 못할 것 같아요.
왜?
저 아프잖아요. 아무도 안 반길 거예요. 제가 정신병원에 입원했었다는 거 알면 문제 생길 거고 그럼 다들 불편해할 거예요.
우리 애가 수험생이라서요. 사실 좀 무섭긴 해요. 좀 불안해서요.
네가 무슨 범죄자라도 되니? 누군들 아프고 싶어서 아프니? 죄를 지은 것도 아니고 해를 가한 것도 아닌데 왜 자꾸 남 눈치를 봐야 되는 건데? 다른 사람들 너 비난할 권리 없어.
다른 사람들한테 민폐 주기도 싫고.
너는 어떤데? 다른 사람들 말고 너.
3천입니다. 이 돈으로 악한 마법사의 속박에서 벗어나시고.
그래서 선생님도 여기 계신가 봐요.
스스로를 좋아해 주세요. 간호사 하게 해주세요, 선생님.
출근해. 내일부터 당당하게 출근해.
Go for a ball game.
It's like one of those restore your faith in humanity type episodes.
Like, I really like this show because I don't remember watching a show that dealt with this mental illness or problems. And the reason people don't want to have a person have schizophrenia in the same building is because they don't know what they're going to do. The only time that people see that word schizophrenia is from the news, that this criminal apparently had schizophrenia. So a lot of people think that, okay, schizophrenia equals to
Criminal. Dangerous.
Yeah. But if they know the common scene that people have schizophrenia make, and if people realize that those are very different from what we see from the news, people's mindset is going to be changed. And that actually reminded me of us, like when we went to England and stayed at your cousin's place. When Emmy was having her snack in the morning and watching that kids show, I was surprised that they featured two kids. One kid had disabilities, or she or he was full on wheelchair with this thing that she had on her fingers and all. And the other kid, I think, was a kid that has Down syndrome. Like in Korean TV show, I've never seen kids that has that kind of disability. You know, that's the moment that I was shocked and realized that, oh, that could be the reason that, I mean, I don't know much about how people in England treat people with disability and all, but I assume that it is better because they are used to seeing those people.
I think, yeah, the more you see something, the less afraid of it you'll be if it's something that's obviously not particularly scary.
So I'm glad that this show features a lot of psychological conditions and illness so that people can see. It's always nice to
bring it out in the open.
Yeah.
Like, let people see so that they can learn more about it. Yeah, you know, obviously Europe and America, they've had a little bit longer history of dealing with mental illness. Like obviously sort of thing kind of starting around with like Sigmund Freud and then bringing it along. But all in all, it's still not a very old science. And I think even a lot of the early treatments they had for people, you would look at today as either flat out wrong or, you know, almost inhumane. So I think it's definitely sort of a constant evolving discipline. You know, I think just because it's shown a little bit more on either like television shows or media doesn't mean that, I mean, you still have people that have the exact same reaction as, you know, the people that were like shutting the door, that kind of thing. Like, so, you know, it's just a fact of life that, you know, a lot of times people are scared of what they don't know about. You know, they're going to be judgmental about people that are disrupting like sort of like the public order, public calm, that kind of thing. Have you ever seen Sesame Street?
Not really.
One really cool thing about Sesame Street was that it was created specifically to be sort of inclusive. So the people that lived on Sesame Street weren't necessarily like the characters, the little puppets or whatever. They were from sort of like all walks of life. There was one character who literally lived in a trash can. You know, a lot of the issues that they deal with is children that have certain disabilities, children whose parents are going through divorce or, you know, there's been a death in the family. They talk about issues in a way that children can understand and help them sort of cope. And there's another show called Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. They actually had children's psychologists and doctors, like people who were doing a lot of research in pediatrics that were sort of advisors on the show. And they were there to make it to where you weren't just putting out a children's cartoon or a children's TV show that was just going to have the kids laughing. It was actually like meant to teach a lot of the children basic life skills that either their parents weren't teaching them, or a lot of times those programs were for latchkey kids. Now it's Sesame Street in particular. Now it's in 20, 30, 40 different languages, different countries all over the world. I think there's one Arabic Sesame Street, and they specifically make it for children in like refugee camps and having kids process emotions and trauma that the children who fled war, and they have all of these questions, and you know the parents don't necessarily know how to talk to their children about it. And so they have these professionals, writers that are like really like trauma informed, try and help children deal with those problems. So I think that kind of thing is extremely valuable. Now I have no idea about what Korean children programming is like, but I think that kind of thing is really valuable because children have questions, and oftentimes, you know, parents are either, they're topics that the parents don't know how to address with their children, or in Korea where the dads work crazy hours and, you know, maybe only get to see their kids on the weekends, you know, they're not able to spend as much time as maybe as they want with the kids. And so like those kind of programs are helpful for helping children to deal with different questions and different people, you know, different walks of life and, you know, people are going to experience in the world.
I mean, the example that I caught was Western children program, which I'm worried if there are going to be people accepted as, oh, she thinks that Western culture is better.
Oh.
And I'm even doubting myself that by me quoting all this, oh, look at all these Western countries, like system and all, like I don't think Korea is bad at all. Like I think we are doing good, but I just wish that there are more shows like this that handle different things that we haven't really dealt with and things that we should know, like Uyong with spectrums and this show with all the mental illness, which is very common, you know, but kept it hidden.
Yeah.
I think it is great that we have this kind of show telling people that, you know, we should know this. It is great. And yesterday I read this book that was written by one of my favorite authors. His name is Choi Sa-jang, and his book has been always on bestseller book. And I really like him because he's very smart. Also, he's very funny. Like I like the way he talks. He also did a lot of podcasts and all. I read this part again that he also had mental problem, which is depression. Because when he worked in a company, he went out for a team outing, the accident happened, and after that he got depression. There were some part that how he felt after taking a pill and all. I've been always thinking, oh, like I wish I could know him like in person, you know. It's just all in my imagination. But if he has some problem that's related to the depression, like how should I deal with? Like I don't know how to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I wish there was a show more like this that can teach people how to deal with. Like last episode, I did not know the right way to tell or do for these people who had depression.
It's funny though, now that you mention this, one of the psychology classes I took when I was in university, one of the assignments was to write a paper specifically about contrasting the way that mental illness is portrayed in media, and I literally just remember this. So the two movies that I chose were A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe and Conspiracy Theory with Mel Gibson. So basically there was this economist, he saw things that were not there, and then the other movie, Mel Gibson's character, he had all of these crazy conspiracy theories, and so everybody thought that, oh, like he's got some sort of mental illness. But basically the whole thesis of my paper was that A Beautiful Mind, it portrayed mental illness properly because it showed like actual symptoms and then like how this person was able to overcome it. And then the Conspiracy Theory movie, it showed somebody who showed a lot of symptoms of somebody with mental illness, but because all of his delusions turned out to be true, it actually did more to harm people's impressions of somebody that's having like paranoid delusions. And so that was sort of like the crux of my argument. My point is that when done correctly, like the TV show, it can help build empathy and understanding in people, but when done incorrectly, it can actually make it worse for people's ideas in society and that kind of thing. So I think, this type of shows is valuable just for building, basic empathy and compassion for people.
Which is very needed.
Especially in this day and age. Anyways.
Oh, just heartbreaking show, really. Like, that's interesting part when Talon said that, oh, I'm gonna go back to work, and Mom said that, oh, okay, then I'm gonna wash your
scrubs.
Yeah. But I thought those have to be done in hospital because they deal with all that, they're a nurse, you never know if they had blood on the scrub or, when I worked in a hotel, there was a laundry part. I didn't have to do my laundry.
Really?
Yeah.
When I was at university, because we had a university hospital and everything, you would see people like walking around in their scrubs, going like to and from work.
Oh.
But like for doctors, I know that that's part of like the reason they wear like the white coat. They wear their white coat when they're at work, and then they take it off and they leave it so that they don't carry like the germs from their coat out, and then they also don't bring any germs out.
Yeah. So that's exactly the same. It's just interesting if it is true.